Hey everybody, welcome to Neil Talks. My name's Neil, and it's time to talk Avatar, The Last Airbender. And I'm in the process of editing the last episode of season 2 right now. And there's some really interesting stuff in there that I don't feel I've spoken enough about yet. We're reminded that Roku has told Aang that if he dies while in the Avatar state, then all the previous avatars die, and the whole idea of the avatar is dead. And it seems pretty clear. It's not 100% confirmed, but if I had to say one way or the other, I would say that Azula killed Aang in that final battle during episode 220, the Crossroads of Destiny. And if Aang died, because he was in the Avatar state at the time, or at least he was getting into the Avatar state, was he fully there? Probably. Did he die? Probably. So if both of those things are true, then there's no Avatar, no previous avatars to help Aang anymore. So I worry that he can no longer enter the Avatar state, that option is no longer available to him. We have yet to see him need to re-enter that state since the battle at the end of season 2. We've seen him bend plenty, so we know he still has those abilities, but he hasn't tested whether he can enter the Avatar state anymore. And I'm afraid he can't. I'm afraid that is lost. And I don't know what that means, but that certainly limits his ability when we have these major confrontations looming on the horizon. Maybe it certainly makes things more challenging. It doesn't make these tasks necessarily impossible, but maybe it levels the playing field, or maybe I'm misinterpreting things and the Avatar state still is available to us. But, maybe we're going to have to, or maybe we have to somehow remedy that situation. Maybe we have to go back to the guru and go on another spiritual journey of sorts to find Roku and all the previous avatars again. I don't know, but I think first we have to discover that we can't enter the avatar state. Anyway, it's just thoughts of mine. I feel like that storyline has to unfold in the coming episodes. It may not happen right away. Maybe we don't need the Avatar state for quite a while, and so this problem doesn't reveal itself until we're right near the end of the season. But yeah, what would make sense to me if I was in the writer's room would be that problem would reveal itself during the solar eclipse. We were planning this attack on the Fire Nation. Sokka and Katara's dad, along with the rest of the Water Tribe fleet, is planning a secret attack on the Fire Nation during the eclipse. And if Aang tries to enter the Avatar state at that point, he will find out he can't, and then he'll sort of be questioning his abilities to save the world. So that'll be this crisis they'll have to work through post-eclipse, pre-Sozin's comet. That's the storyline that makes sense to me in the future. And I know I'm getting into some weird meta-analysis here, but I also feel like I'm free to do that right now because we're having a couple of episodes that are lighter, a little bit more fun, but also more self-contained and not directly relating to our main plot. So we're sort of free to speculate about the bigger story because we're not driving that plot forward at the moment. And I think we're probably in for another one similar to that this episode, because this episode's called Sokka's Master. We saw a bunch of our characters level up, so to speak, at the end of season 2, but we didn't Sokka's leveling up was more of a psychological one. He realized that his father thinks of him as a man, thinks of him as worthy of protecting their village back at the South Pole. And so Sokka's carrying himself a little bit differently this season. He's a little more confident and self-assured. He's always been the oldest, but now he's sort of the leader. But he's also the one non-bender in the group. He's always just been a warrior. So maybe if he finds a master in this episode, he's going to level up as a warrior, which might be fun. You know, we could get a bit of. So give me a good training montage any day. I can see one of those coming, maybe. Or maybe I'm completely off. Maybe this is about something else entirely. But let's find out, guys. This is episode 4 from season 3, and it's called Sokka's Master.
Previously on Avatar.
I see you favor the White Lotus Gambit. Not many still cling to the ancient
We're calling
ways.
that back. Is the White Lotus gonna break Iroh out?
Wow.
Meteor shower.
Amazing to watch.
Kinda makes you realize how insignificant we are.
You've seen nothing once, you've seen it 1,000 times.
Oh, the blindness jokes.
You've never not seen anything like this.
Hello. Okay, what was that?
The fire is gonna destroy that town.
Not if we can stop it.
Okay, that's easy. You got water benders and a
There's
river.
a creek over here. I'll bend the water onto the fire.
Yeah.
Ha! Let's make a trench to keep the fire from coming any closer.
What should I do?
Hit it with your boomerang.
So what, I'm just a lemur sitter? There,
Mhm.
there. Feel better?
Good, Momo. Momo got 4. Nice. Sokka's feeling a little useless, ain't he?
Right. Stand clear. Got it.
Good work, everybody.
That was an interesting effect they put in there. That almost felt, almost felt CG. Oh, Iroh.
Look at you. You're a disgrace.
Oh, it's all an act. He is hungry, though.
The worst thing about being in disguise is we don't get the hero worship anymore. I miss the love.
Boo-hoo. Poor heroes. I can't do anything.
That's not true. No one can read a map like you.
Yeah, and who keeps us laughing with sarcastic comments all the time? I mean, look at Katara's hair, right? What's up with that?
What? What's wrong with my hair?
Nothing. I was just trying to...
I'm just the guy in the group who's regular.
I'm sorry you're feeling so
You're the
down.
Xander.
I hope you know none of us see you that way. I know something that's gonna make you feel better.
Hey, how about these?
Oh. Weapon shopping. Ow.
What do you think?
Whoa.
Nice.
Maybe that's a
I'll
different
just stick to what I
show.
got.
The comic relief. Oh. Oh. Oh, it's a magic sword.
That's an original from Pian Dao, the greatest sword master and sword maker in Fire Nation history.
We've all had masters to help us get better. You should see if you can study with Pian Dao.
All right, I'll talk to him.
Without revealing that you're not Fire Nation? Oh. Yes. Give me a good jailbreak episode anytime.
I've come to train with the master.
You should know the master turns almost everyone away. What did you bring him to prove your worth?
Well,
Sokka. That's an unusual name.
really? It's a pretty normal name for Fire Nation colonials.
And you think you deserve to learn from the master?
Well, actually, I've been all over the world, and I know one thing for sure. I have a lot to learn.
You're not doing a very good job of selling yourself.
The truth is, I don't know if I am worthy.
Let's find out together how worthy you are. I will train you.
Okay. We had a master.
The sword is a simple tool, but in the hands of a master, it becomes the most versatile of weapons. And just as the imagination is limitless, so too are the possibilities of the sword.
Okay.
What should we do today?
I'm tapped out. I already picked my toes. Twice.
Sokka's been in charge of the schedule. I'm not sure what we should be doing.
Plus, it's so hot today.
How hot is it?
It's so hot.
They need jokes.
Momo is shedding like Appa. Huh? Huh?
No. No. They miss his jokes. They miss his scheduling. Nice. Iroh's gonna get shredded.
Remember, you cannot take back a stroke of the brush or a stroke of the sword.
So this is about putting my identity on the page, right?
Hmm.
In battle, you only have an instant to take everything in.
Whoa.
Now paint it,
Whoa.
and no peeking.
I'm finished.
You added a rainbow.
Is that okay?
Sokka. Concentrate on what you're doing. Rock gardening teaches the warrior to manipulate his surroundings and use them to his advantage.
That's just impressive right there on its own.
Hey, would you mind grabbing a cold drink for me?
I'll take a slice of lemon in mine, please.
Alright, I mean, he's getting better. What's our time frame here? Is this like over the course of 2 days, or?
What's going on in there?
No, we're over on this island.
You noodle brains don't know what you're doing.
Can't read a map.
I miss Sokka.
Can't schedule.
Ooh,
Can't
I
tell
got
jokes.
one. If you miss him so much, why don't you marry him?
Oh.
You've had a good first day of training.
That was first
I
day?
have? But I thought I messed up every single thing we worked on.
You are ready for a real sword.
Are you giving me one of yours?
No, though tomorrow
We'll make your own.
will make your own
Oh,
sword.
that's cool. It's not going to be a good sword. He's not a blacksmith.
Would it be possible for me to leave and bring back a special material for my sword?
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Sokka's coming!
He's a very lenient.
Hey guys, what are you doing?
Sokka!
We missed you so much.
Say something funny.
Funny how?
They missed you or something. I didn't care.
Thanks. Anyway, I need some help.
What? We have a metal bend. Oh, the meteorite. Okay. Good thing we've got a metal bender and an earth bender. Oh, I can't wait to see Warrior Iroh.
Who's this?
Oh, these are my friends. Just other good Fire Nation folks. Do you think we can make a sword out of a meteorite?
We'll make a sword unlike any other in the world.
Okay. Maybe it is going to be a good sword.
Sokka, as we trained, it wasn't your skills that impressed me. No, it certainly wasn't your skill.
Definitely not your skills.
Creativity, versatility, intelligence. These are the traits that define a great swordsman. And these are the traits that define you. You are more worthy than any man I have ever trained.
I'm sorry, Master. You're wrong. I'm not who you think I am. I'm not from the Fire Nation. I'm from the Southern Water Tribe. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, too.
No. This is my fight. Alone.
Dang, Hyro!
Using your superior agility against an older opponent. Smart.
Still training him. This isn't malice. This is just test.
Good use of terrain, fighting from the high ground.
Start cutting some bamboo.
Yes! Use your surroundings. Make them fight for you! Very resourceful. Excellent work, Sokka. I think I'm a little old to be fighting the Avatar. Of course, I knew from the beginning that Sokka was Water Tribe. You might want to think of a better Fire Nation cover name. Try Lee. There's a million Lees. The way of the sword doesn't belong to any one nation. Knowledge of the arts belongs to us all.
Ah, Fire Nation's getting so much more complex.
The Master wanted you to have this as something to remember him by.
What is it?
It's a pie show tile.
The White Lotus.
Oh.
Huh.
All right. He's part of the White Lotus.
Since you've probably never had a chance to bend Space Earth before.
Sweet! Check this out.
You know, I don't think there's such a thing
Nickelodeon.
as space Earth. If it's from space, then it's not really Earth.
Must you ruin everything?
I can't believe I missed you.
Another self-contained episode in that we've kind of put our main storyline on pause for a minute, but that's fine. I really liked this episode. I have one hang up about it, but I totally get why that's the case. Let me explain. As best as I can tell from this timeline, Sokka trained with his master for 2 days. And yes, this is the sword master. I mean, he knew Sokka was Water Tribe from the beginning. He somehow recognized that Aang was the Avatar. But Sokka's progress within just 2 days is, quote, unrealistic. And I get that he's a good warrior, but his, you just don't get that good at something that quickly, period. Nobody does. But I'll let that slide because this episode's more about the message. And it demonstrates Sokka's worth not just as a warrior, but what else he means to the gang. He's the one that knows what they should be doing next because he's the master of the schedule. He's the only one that can read a map. He's apparently the only one that can tell a joke. They miss him when he's not there. He's integral to the team, even if he's not a bender. But he's almost becoming... bender's the wrong word, but he's certainly becoming a master warrior. And yes, it's a little bit quick and instantaneous, but the way we've trained some of our other characters and how quickly they've picked up new skills, I'm willing to let it slide in the universe of Avatar, if that makes sense. It just feels a little different because it's not about the magic of bending, it's about a skill that we can more readily identify with, namely sword fighting. And so it seems a more unrealistic growth. But I like that our our sword master, I didn't get his name at the beginning, and I don't have subtitles on when I'm watching, so I've missed it. He's part of the White Lotus. The White Lotus is everywhere, including in the Fire Nation. And every time we meet more Fire Nation, more members of the Fire Nation, we meet, you know, the villagers from last episode, the school kids from before that, the sword master here. We realize that just because you're Fire Nation doesn't make you evil. Now, maybe if you're Fire Nation Army, it's more likely that you're a bad guy. But even that's no guarantee, because look at Iroh, who's getting ripped in jail. But I love that he's doing all this training while portraying this feeble old man to the guards. And that's all the story we got from the Fire Nation perspective this episode. We didn't say hi to Zuko or Azula. Iroh didn't even say a word. All we got is this training montage of him just getting ready to somehow escape. He's getting ready to fight, if nothing else. So I don't know if he's plotting his own escape or he's waiting for somebody else to break him out. But I'm looking forward to seeing Warrior Iroh. I mean, he's been such a peaceful, happy, almost Buddha-like figure up until now. But now we're getting Warrior Iroh, and I'm really excited to see him in action. I think that could be a lot of fun. And we've also given Sokka this special sword made out of a meteorite, of all things, which feels like it's going to be like there's an obvious connection there with Sozen's comet. It feels like, you know, we're talking about things falling through the sky and passing near Earth and all. You know, it's from beyond Earth. It's from space. So maybe this sword, in addition to being wielded by a great warrior in Sokka, is also going to have some magical properties when we get closer to the grand finale of the show, when we reach that climax when Sozen's comet arrives. Maybe, I don't know. You know, we frequently deal with extraterrestrial objects on this show, whether it's the moon and the moon spirit back in season 1, whether it's the meteorites right now. We know Sozen's comet is coming. We also have a solar eclipse coming. All of this, what's the adjective form of astronomy? Astronomical? That's the word. All these astronomical phenomenon that, yeah, I feel like it's no accident that this sword is made from a meteorite. So I'm super curious to see what that means exactly. But yeah, no, this was, like I said, another relatively standalone episode, but we are building that tension back up. There were some valuable lessons for Sokka and for us and for the gang in this episode. But this feels like a Sokka level up that maybe that we've been waiting on for a while. Toph got her metal bending at the end of last season. Aang got the ability to enter the Avatar state at will at the end of last season, although we don't know whether he still has that ability or not. Katara's become a proper water-bending master at this point. So it's good to see Sokka level up his combat skills too. I hope he doesn't get rid of his axe and his boomerang though, either, because those are such iconic parts of his character. He's obviously got this beautiful sword now, but I hope he mixes it up a little bit. Anyway, yeah, another fun episode. Can't wait for next week for more. Before you leave, do all those fun things that the algorithm seems to like. And until next time, everybody, take care, stay healthy. We'll see you soon. Cheers.